Hi, beautiful friends. It's Leah Marie here with your 3 card pick a card. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I just wanted to give a shout out of love and appreciation right away at the beginning today for all of those of you who have been liking, sharing, subscribing, and contributing through your donations to the channel in one form or another. I am so grateful for all your love, your blessings, your presence, and for all of the support. So thank you for those of you who have been tapping in and doing that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope that you find something beautiful and magical within this reading for you and that you have a very beautiful and blessed week. So this week I am bringing you guys a pick a card from the Whispers, of Ganesha deck, which is all about removing obstacles. So I have been having a lot of people coming through in my one-on-ones, in my coaching practice, that have been really closing out a cycle, but dealing with this sort of flushing out of obstacles. And so I really felt called to bring this energy in this week to give you guys some tips, wisdom from Ganesha in terms of how to help remove any obstacles or just bring more ease and fluidity into your week, your life, this next cycle for you. So if you have a specific challenge or something that you have been dealing with, I'll invite you at this time to bring that into your conscious awareness, or just to be open to any of the messages Spirit has for the collective today, and connect with your heart space, connect with your breath as you're choosing your cards, really using your own intuition to come to what parts of these messages within these cards are for you. So these are general readings. Everything might not resonate, so it is up to you to discern what feels accurate for you, what you want to take away, or how you want to implement any of this wisdom into your own life according to what your heart is guiding you to. So I thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll just see what Spirit's got for us for 3 cards. That looks like the first one. So if you also want to tap into some more self-empowerment, I will leave a link in the description box below. I've got a monthly self-empowerment class that I am hosting online. So regardless of where you are coming to us from, there is the option to tap into that. And this month we will be on, or I should say, yes, July now. We're in July. It's so crazy how quick this time is going. So July 8th, I am doing the next self-empowerment class on confidence. So if you're interested in that, that is going to be in the description box below, along with deck information, our online shop, all the other wonderful things that we have available. So please do feel free to check that out. So I'm going to go over and start with card 1. So card 1 is steadfastness. So this is a really beautiful image, and you can see that this version of Ganesh, so all of these images are all going to be a Ganesh or Ganesha, however you prefer to say it. I hear it both ways, use it both ways, so you might hear me do it interchangeably as well. So this is a figure of him riding on an elephant. And so this is sort of this energy at this time of almost leading more into the divine, leading more into the support from the spirit realm, and just being steadfast on your journey. So it's not that you have to have this sense of rushing or pushing yourself to do more than you're ready for. So with this, the energy that I'm kind of feeling is this, and it came through recently with someone I was working with, is this energy that's almost like the turtle, where it's like slow and steady wins the race. And so it's that kind of energy. So maybe you've been dealing with obstacles. Maybe you have been on a journey where it hasn't been entirely feeling like you have a whole lot of control over what's happening, or there's a lot of other components at play. And so it's like you're doing your best to go along with it, but sometimes the longer things take, the more the ego, the mind wants to bring in this sense of like needing to rush or hurry. And with this very relaxed energy and figure here, I am feeling it's really encouraging you to sort of breathe into your experience, surrender into what's going on, look at any potential obstacles that are in front of you, and what is going to be the best strategy for you to remain in a space of endurance or steadfastness. So, what that means is really looking at, like, what do you need to do, what is realistic, what is the time frame. So maybe there's components to what you're doing that have a time frame or a deadline that you need to accomplish by a certain point. And maybe it's simply the mind ego again, like telling you, oh, this has to be done at this time, or this has to get done faster. And so I am hearing this: be very aware of your stories, be very aware of what dialogue is going on in you in terms of what are you feeling that actually has to happen, and what kind of sort of stories or other people's energy even might be telling you things need to hurry up, or oh, this isn't happening, just ditch it and do something different. You know, sometimes in bigger projects or bigger life lessons or things that require more time and cultivation, there can be these moments where people can feel overwhelmed and then want to quit or want to give up or want to abandon the project, or the ego comes in and is just like, well, see, nothing's happened yet, so you might as well just stop trying, ditch it, and do something different. And the message that I'm feeling really strongly is that no matter how long this has taken, whether this has been days, weeks, months, maybe even years for some of you, that you've been focusing on something or working to overcome different challenges that you have faced. So spirit is really saying that you are on the right path, like your end goal is in sight, and now it's just, I'm feeling it's like, if you imagine you are this version of Ganesha and this elephant is the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. You are on spirit's back. Spirit is taking you the rest of the leg of this journey. You are just meant to be present, to be aware of the stories, to be aware of what you do want, to focus on what you do want, to stay true to the path that feels most aligned with your heart, even if that might mean you still have days, weeks, months, or years on this journey. It's a matter of how important is breaking through to you. How important is it for you to accomplish the goal that you have set your sights on? And that's one of the biggest questions. And I'm feeling this need to clear my throat. I'm getting some restriction in my throat right now, which to me is signaling that there's something you're either telling yourself or you've told yourself about this obstacle that might perhaps be a block for you to overcome it. So really look at your self-talk. Look at what you're telling yourself about the obstacle. Are you saying it's hard? I'm scared. I don't know. More is it more self-talk that is potentially holding you back, or is it self-talk that's empowering? I've got this. I'm willing to do whatever it takes because this is so important to me that I'm going to keep showing up every day until I achieve my goal, because I know this is something that's going to bring me joy, fulfillment, success, whatever it is you're aiming for. And you're telling yourself that, you're radiating that energy, and then you're going with the flow by just letting the universe carry you in the direction of what you seek. So, really important at this time with whatever you're dealing with to be very clear with yourself, to adjust those stories. And you're going to hear me talk about that a lot because Spirit keeps bringing through to me that so many people's obstacles are the stories that they are telling themselves and or the beliefs that they're continuing to hold on to. And you have the ability to change your story and to change your belief. I know that's not always easy, and I'm here to help you guys if you feel a resonance to work with me on any of that. But at the very least, I encourage you to start looking at those stories, looking at the alignment of them. And is that, like, let's say the universe was going to be your cheerleader, which it is, and the universe is going to tell you what's really possible for you. Is that what you're telling yourself? Or are you operating from a different space, from the conditioning and beliefs of your family or the collective society or other arenas of your life? And so really it's important at this time to stay steadfast on your journey, to keep showing up for yourself, what you believe in, what you really want to manifest, and put the time, effort, and energy into it, and seek help where you need to if you're finding it challenging to get there, or if you need a little boost or you need a cheerleading team. It is completely not only okay, but actually really integral to the process often to have at least one or a couple of people around you that are supporting what you're doing and having them help you move forward, to sort of help you in those times when it might be a little harder to pick yourself up. It might be more challenging to actually change and face the fears and break through them and move forward anyways. And so I do encourage you to really look at, do you have people in your life that are helping you with that? Is that something you need to call in? Or do you need to adjust anything in that arena so that you are feeling completely supported and able to be steadfast, because you have needs that might also need to be met in order for you to continue to remain focused and steady on your journey. So thank you so much for those of you who picked card 1. Sending you so much love and light for an absolutely amazing week. Take care. So we're going to go over to card 2 here. And this one, and I just looked up at the timestamp, and I know I have a little buffer in the middle, but I'm seeing it at 1717. So that might be significant for those of you who picked this card. So with this card, it is drive. And we are seeing, and I'll bring it in a second. So we're seeing this form of Ganesh, who is actually in a chariot being pulled by 2 very large rats, who are actually a sign of good luck and great fortune. Rats are actually highly intuitive, highly intelligent animals. And so this to me is this signal that you are moving forward. It's actually kind of cool. I'm seeing the mountains in the back. So for those of you who picked this card, I feel like you have either just broken through an obstacle and you are on the other side, because so often mountains in cards and symbolically, they can be considered obstacles, but they can also be considered big achievements when we reach the summit, or when we go up and return, or we go over the mountain. So this is, to me, because this version is on the other side, it's like your drive, you're driven at this time to move forward. So this is also, I'm feeling this strong sense of action, like taking action, going after what you believe in, working towards your goals, and that you do have movement with you. So spirit is with you, guiding you, pushing you, driving you. And also with this being these animals pulling the chariot, it's like you are getting a lot of assistance in the direction that you want to move. And I'm seeing lit up on this version the crown chakra. So that's really coming into play again. This energy, and I'll bring that back in. So that the crown chakra is really lit up. So this strong connection to source, this strong energy flowing through you, creativity, movement, passion, achievement are all these words that I'm hearing inside right now. And so this is a sign as well that a major breakthrough either just happened or is about to happen. So often when we overcome an obstacle, there might be this little like period of adjustment once that vibrational shift happens, and then sort of the new gateway, the new cycle opens, and there's even more motivation and energy helping pick up the pace to move you forward. So I also feel that if you've been sort of in a slower paced or just moderate pace, like this is also signaling to me that your pace of life is about to pick up. Maybe you're going to be more active, you're going to have more commitments or more things that you really want to take part in. And I'm not seeing this as commitments as overwhelming. I'm seeing this as commitments that you're really passionate about, like that you're excited to do, whether they're, getting together with friends or family, or business connections, or networking, or just starting to get into a space where you're really stepping more into your purpose and more into a take action sort of mode. So there is a lot of that energy sort of moving. And interestingly, I didn't notice it right away, but there is a very tiny rat that's actually the one that is sort of, he has his whip. He's not whipping the other rats, but he's, the one who would be moving them forward. And this version of Ganesh is just sitting in the chariot going along with the ride. And so this is also signifying this energy of you're now in alignment with the divine flow, and sort of, if you look at it like your purpose and the divine's purpose have now met and are merging, becoming one. And so you are sort of in the divine flow of co-creation at this time, or you have the potential for that. And when you do that, it's like you get to sit back, and yes, there's going to be things you take action on. You're going to stop and look at things. You're going to have conversations. You're going to take action yourself personally, but you're being led now through your intuition, through the divine flow, to all the people, places, resources, and things that are going to help you achieve what it is that you are looking to achieve. And so for you, it's more feeling this sense of, again, like I've said, you're like on the cusp of overcoming, or you've just broken through and it's like opening up. So if you are tapping in and you're like, but I feel like this is kind of still here, really check in and ask Ganesh, ask your personal, team in the spirit realm to show you what else do you need to do to have that final little tipping of the scale, or have them show you, I'm hearing like that you're already there, and it's just a matter of the vibration and the change are still in a transitionary period. Like you're not fully integrated yet, is what I'm hearing for some of you. So depending where you are on that spectrum, just again, take what of that makes sense to you. If it doesn't resonate, not yours, don't worry about it. And so really amazing. I am also going to leave you with this nugget of, if there is something you've been considering starting in terms of a project, a relationship, an endeavor of any sort, this feels like a very prime time, or you're like right there at the beginning to start diving into your outline, your strategy, your game plan, whatever you want to call it, to actually get your self moving. So I'm hearing like a call to action. You're being given a call to action. So what is it that you want to do? What actions are you ready to take? And allow yourself to cross any of those fear barriers. If stuff comes up and you're like, I'm not sure if I'm ready, the universe is like, yes, you're ready. Just, cross that little line. You've got it. The support's here. And if you need help, Ganesh will help give you that little little push, that gentle nudge over any potential fear barriers to get you in fully into the next cycle. So thank you so much for picking card 2, and have a great week. So we're going to go over to card 3 here, and we have relaxation. So if you've been dealing with any obstacles, what I am feeling is it is time to maybe do a little relaxation. So sometimes when we are dealing with challenges, we want to just get it all taken care of in one fell swoop, and okay, it's all good, I'm done, I don't need to deal with this obstacle anymore. However, whether you have completed, you've moved through or not, what I'm hearing is that there's rest that's needed. There's a re-energizing cycle that needs to happen. So it's almost like either you've just overcome an obstacle and now it's time to rest. It's not time to dive into the next challenge. It's time to rest and recoup and re-energize. However, if you haven't just broken through and you're still in the midst of something, but let's say you're feeling blocked or challenged or frustrated, or you're not really sure what steps to take, it's time to give yourself some time to rest and relax. What happens when we do this is it allows us to be in our more divine feminine energy, which is more expanded, which is more in tune with our intuition. So if you have been feeling like you're hitting a wall, or you're not sure how to move forward or what way to go, this is a sign to me that you need to take a step back, give yourself some time to relax, so that the universe can actually bring you in the information and the wisdom that's going to help you move forward. So when we get into cycles of thoughts and the mind's just churning, it can drain our energy, it can upset our sleep, our diet, our general well-being. And so if you've been feeling any of that, it's going to be really, really important for you to take a step back, to give yourself some time, even if it's just a day, to go do something that you find really relaxing, enjoyable, rejuvenating, whatever that is for you, so that you can put yourself in a space where you kind of set the problem aside. You're not escaping it, you're not running away from it, you're just setting it aside and seeking a different perspective. And sometimes that needs to happen through an inner state change. So if we're in this, I got to figure this out. What am I going to do? How is this going to work? And you're like churning like a hamster on a wheel. You're in your stress function. You're producing more cortisol. It's going to inhibit all kinds of other things within your health and well-being. And the way to disrupt that pattern is to take a step back and relax. And also, great time to call on your angels, guides, helpers, the universe, whatever you work with on a spiritual realm. If you work with those energies, really, really recommend calling that support in at this time as well, along with the energy of Ganesh, to help show you what is it that you might be doing within your own process or path that you just need to relax about a little bit. So sometimes people can get really excited, and that's awesome, but it can also turn into a space of like almost hyperactivity, and that can throw your inner balance off. And so, in order to help you maintain a better state of inner balance, taking a little time to relax is going to be really important. Now, the moon was also speaking to me as well. And so, the moon, the energy of that is talking to me about revealing things. And so sometimes, in different arenas, the moon can have to do with secrets or things being hidden. And because there's just this little tiny sliver, I'm actually seeing it as a revelation energy. So as you relax, more will be revealed to you. And this might literally be like just relaxing a little bit about whatever you're working on, like allowing the universe to step in and help you a little bit more. And there's been messages in most, I think all three cards today, about co creation and also letting the universe kind of take the lead a little bit. And instead of, what I'm hearing is like, instead of you thinking you're in control of everything, realize that the universe is actually in control of most things, and you're in control of what you choose to focus on and your state. And so the universe is like, hey, I'm giving you the opportunity to relax, to maybe, go to the beach, go for a hike, go on a little retreat, a little vacation, just hang out and, lounge about in whatever way that you like. And I'm going to take care of bringing you all kinds of cool stuff. You just need to chill out for a hot second. And so I'll, share just a moment. I'm getting my own personal experience with this. So there's been times where I've really been, oh, I need to push through with work. I need to create this new class. I need to get this content going. And the universe was like, block, block, block. So I'm like, okay, fine. Just kept getting the message. You just need to relax. You need to relax. So took a day off and just chilled, went to the park, hung out, and then all of a sudden I'm there and it's like download, download, download. And then I came home and the next day was able to put in place like three new classes, wrote the content, got the events up, and had it all done because I chose to listen to the relaxing. And so oftentimes people think, well, if I'm relaxing, I'm not going to get what I need. When in actuality, I've been shown this multiple times by the universe that when I listen to the call to relax, I actually get given things so much clearer, so much more efficiently, and I get to have extra time off to just play and hang out and do things I enjoy, other things I enjoy. And so it just makes it all that much more fluid. So if you're somebody who maybe has a tendency to try to control or force, like for those of you who that might resonate with, this is spirit just saying, just relax a little bit. It's okay. Like, just you can take it down a notch. You're totally taken care of. I've got your back, and I'm going to give you what you need to move forward with whatever you need next. And so interestingly, I just also saw an ant cruising around. I occasionally get them in the studio space this time of year. And so I am seeing that as this strength that's coming in. And they are also, ants are all about community. So allow yourself to relax and be supported by your community, whether that's friends or family, coworkers, or your spirit team. So really allowing that community to come in and help support your relaxation and or your expansion moving forward. So thank you so much for picking card 3 and have a fantastic week.